This year is almost coming to an end, but the exciting news is that many Otome games awaits us next year, and things are getting more and more exciting. In case you missed some of this news, I will share a few of the games I absolutely cannot wait for. Heartflop XL, where romance meets Nihongo. For that, if you like visual novel or otome games, or if you want to learn Japanese with otome games and experience some heart fluffy romance, I suggest you to subscribe to this channel and follow my Twitch because I live stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Sunday. The first one is Fuyusono Sacrifice. It tells the story of a world locked in eternal winter. The people longing for spring turn to Leticia, a girl blessed by the goddess of spring, to plead with the goddess for help. Leticia spends her days praying, and when the goddess of spring finally descends, the goddess reveals a shocking solution. Leticia must become a divine bride for the god of winter, which means the end of her life as a human. Unable to accept this cruel fate, Leticia sets out to change her destiny. Will she be greeted by a vibrant spring or remain trapped in an eternally frozen winter? Her journey begins now. When I watched the trailer and read the premise, I was hooked. We really need more Winter 5 Otome games. And the sacrifice theme is such an intriguing premise. You just know there will be plenty of protective moments from the boys, which I like. Oh well, I'll definitely be checking out reviews when it launches, and it is set to release on February 27, 2025. Next, let's talk about Bunnies High School. Okay, despite the name, this isn't about the cute bunny that we know. There's not much info yet, but based on the latest updates and the trailer, the game is set in a school, but not a normal school. It's a Yankee school, known as a training ground for semi-criminals. You can just look at the boys. They look so bad. And our MC, she decides to enter the school pretending to be a boy. At least that's what it looks like so far. And the game's keyword is described as a violent love. And honestly, I love bad boys and crazy boys, so this is 100% my vibe. The premise reminds me a bit of King Kabancho Otome, but I actually prefer this game's art style. And the schoolboys looks even crazier here. I cannot wait to play it. It's going to be so much fun. And the release date hasn't been announced yet, but it's definitely coming in 2025. Following that, there's Matsurika no Kei Fan Des. Guys, you have no idea how much I screamed when I saw this news. I mean, I didn't expect it at all, since I thought the base game ended quite flawlessly. Honestly, I didn't think it needed an FT. But of course, I'd be happy and welcome it with open arms if they decided to make one. I feel so blessed. If you haven't heard about this game yet, you can check my review video here. Briefly, it's set in a Chinese folklore fantasy world with steamy romance, and I absolutely love it. This game also managed to pull me out of my burnout, so it holds a special place in my heart. And anyway, this FD will continue the happy endings from the base game, and I can wait to see the boys again and their lovey-dovey moments. I cannot wait, guys. And the release date hasn't been announced yet, but it's scheduled for 2025. Please, let it be on my birthday. Another one worth mentioning is Nine Rib sequel. As you know, Nine Rib was just localized a few months ago, and it's already loved by so many people. I mean, it's one of the most popular Otome games. And guess what? They are gonna release a sequel. I'm glad they're making a sequel instead of an FD though, because as I mentioned in my 9 Rip review video, and you can check it here, some birds definitely needed more story development. The pacing felt rushed, and especially with 9 allies sharing the same core conflict, which was Misa's constant worrying, it got repetitive. I'm hoping the sequel will hook us with a better narrative. Especially, I'm excited to meet Minami, Koyo, and Sena again. I can wait to meet them. So far, they have only teased the story for the sequel, so keep an eye on their social media for updates, and the release date is still to be announced. Next up is my most anticipated Otome game of 2025. And if you follow me on my Instagram, you know how much I've been rambling about this game. I'm literally counting the days until its release. The game is called Overequans or Overx for short. It tells the story about in the magical land of Oz, ruled by a king and four witches, mysterious ruins are scattered everywhere. These ruins, crumbling buildings, and overgrown landscapes feel strangely familiar, yet completely out of place in a magical world. Enter our MC, Yuhiru. She finds herself wandering into this strange place only to be unjustly sentenced to death. Her one shot at survival, exploring these dangerous ruins with her team, murderers with dark pasts and eccentric personalities. This game has everything that I love: fantasy, steamy romance, emotional growth, and a plot that's bound to keep me hooked. And the release date is April 17, 2025, and you can bet I'll be making an entire video just to gush about why I'm so obsessed with it. Moving on to the next one, Byako. They just announced the opening song and I've already fallen in love with it. This game is set during the first year of the Genji era. The protagonist, born into a samurai family in Aizu, lost her brother to war and becomes an orphan at just 16. In her grief, she clutches the blade her brother used to take his own life. And one night, she dreams of a deity named Byako, who tells her that Aizu will lose the war and gives her a mission: prevent the tragedy of the youth. With this gun, and I will grant any wish. When she wakes up, her brother's blade has transformed into a gun. And fast forward 3 years, she has become an artillery expert and meets her comrades. Together, they face their fates, tragedy, glory, or something else entirely. I absolutely love historical settings because the stories are always so gripping. What really caught my attention about this game is the age range of the love interest. The youngest is 15 and the oldest is 48. It's a bit shocking, but I'm so intrigued. The release date is set for May 29, 2025, and I cannot wait. And of course, we can't forget about the next game, which is Utakata no Ukronia. This game actually came out earlier this year on April 11, but the English version is dropping in 2025. And I can wait. The Japanese version is apparently super hard to understand. Even one of the voice actors said the kanji use was challenging. So yeah, if a Japanese person say it's tough, what chance do I have? I probably pass out trying to play it. So the story is set in a floating garden city called Itehari, known as Utopia. The MC Hinagiko was born into a wealthy family but dreams of exploring the outside world. On her 18th birthday, she meets a mysterious young man named Yashiro who has lost his memory. Together, they unravel the hidden truths behind this so-called utopia. The art done by Riri is absolutely stunning. The character sprites even have lifelike movements. It's like watching real people. Otome game systems just keep getting better and better. Plus, they have already released 2 DLCs and announced a fan disc, which is amazing because Uchronia fans, you're being spoiled this year. The last game on my list is Mistonia no Kibo, which is also getting localized in 2025. I actually talked about this game in my previous video, so if you haven't watched it, go take a look. I'm still a bit on the fence about this one because the Japanese reviews were pretty mixed. A lot of people said the story feels inconsistent, Probably because of the multiple writers involved. Kinda reminds me of Nine Grid, but hey, I'm keeping an open mind. And that wraps up my list of Otome games I can wait for in 2025. What about you? Did I miss any games you're hyped for? Let me know in the comments. And I will see you in the next video. Bye bye!